Okay, in this session, we're going to be looking at forms. So I'm currently selected the Forms tab here on the left-hand side, and I'm looking at the Forms section of Eclipse. Forms is where all of the work of Eclipse, other than what's in case notes, is recorded. So work lists, they sort of generate pieces of work, and within them is a step to add the form and actually fill out and complete the work itself. So the first thing to say is obviously this is a test client. It has 48 forms currently. This first page here, and with all clients, the first page and the first entries on that page will show all of the forms that are sitting open in a draft state. And you can tell that they're in a draft state by, if you go over here to the right under the state column, you can see that it's sort of a blank piece of paper, it looks like. And if you hover over it, it says the form state is draft. So all of these forms have been added, they're open, they may have been worked on, but they're currently they're still uncompleted and they remain in a draft state, ready to be edited further. If I move on to the second page, you'll see that there's sets of forms here that have an orange tick next to them. And these ones have a form state of complete. And this is what happens once you exit and complete a form. So you get to the end, you finished, and you can complete it. It will have an orange tick to lock it in and prevent it from having any further edits to it. And it will have an orange tick like so. If I move on to the last page, I've got an example here. This green tick is a form that requires authorization. So some forms, they require authorization from a manager, and they will say exit and submit at the end rather than exit and complete. And those ones, they'll sort of go off into a submitted state with a little question mark, where a manager can pick them up from their authorizations tab, and then they can choose to reject any of the work done in that form, or they can authorize the form to go ahead. And once it's been authorized, it will have a little green tick like so. If it's been rejected, it will have a red cross. So you can make further amendments at that point. But once it's got a green tick, it's locked again and can't be having any further edits done to it. So this is basically where you can come and look and view any assessments or contact conversations, messages, any pieces of work that's done for this client. They will be recorded here in the forms view. One thing to point out whilst we're here is this most recent only filter. I'll click on the filter tab here so you can see it. It's this little box here that says most recent only. Make sure it's unticked. So for some clients, by default, it ticks it. And if I point out again the amount of records it's showing here, if I was to tick it, they drop down to 26. Basically, what it does is if there's multiple completed forms of the same type on one client, it will only show the most recent version of that type of form. So, for example, if you've done a support plan, and then you do a review of the support plan, and then you might do another review of the support plan, you might do an annual review of the support plan. What it will do is, if that is ticked, it will only show the most recent version. So you won't be able to see any of the prior versions of that support plan that was completed beforehand, which is obviously not what we want. So if you ever do go on a client, if you're ever looking at any of the form views and you think something's missing, do make sure that this is unticked, because it might be just hiding the form view from you. Okay, thank you very much.